I'm Mika. I'm sure you know a lot about social media, and you may have accounts on them as well. But today, we won't just talk about how we use social media, but how we behave online. So, the question is, who are you online? Us are engaged in social media. We create and mold our online presence by creating various accounts on social media platforms. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and a lot more. These social media platforms tell us that we can communicate with each other wherever we are and introduce an avenue where we can share our ideas, thoughts, and experiences for everyone to see. Fundamentally, social media is built for us to interact. A lot of teens nowadays have made social media part of their lives and has built their own online presence.
People have shared their experiences on social media. People would wake up and check their notifications first thing in the morning, post their daily habits, comment on an issue, or post their opinions online. People have also built relationships online and sustained long-distance relationship.
You see, when people like us realize that social media is a place for us to exercise our freedoms like of expression, there is agreement and unity, but also conflict. Which is why we may have already encountered online rants like, "I hate this restaurant," or online banters about the new JD movie.
At times, we would read comments with curses, creepily stalk your crush's profile, or post beach bikini photos.
Whether that is right or wrong, that's what we're going to learn today. Why we behave the way we do online. These days though, teenagers are the most inclined to engage in social media. According to Statista.com, 64% of the internet users are subscribed to social networking sites. According to researches about teenagers and the internet, most people in their teenage years are easily influenced by what they see and what they're exposed to. Let's find out why.
Ang brain nila will accept anything, and we have like parents or their teachers should be able to say what's right or wrong and guide them. Right? So talagang susceptible pa kasi physically their brain is still young, very young.
The kids now are not acting with their age na because of the social media. They're, what do you call this? Yung ginagaya na nila what they see on TV without knowing that it's not appropriate with their age. So that's how they affect the development of our youth of today, the puberty specifically.
The research team further discovered that even in cyberspace, proper ethics should also be applied. Ethics simply are guidelines of our behavior based on ideas of what's good and what's bad. So as social media is a place for interaction and communication, we should be able to be aware of what's the right thing to say or do in social networking sites.
Of course, when we say ethics, it's something na parang dapat it's for the common good. In what you're doing, no? Your purpose must. I'm saying that it's a must that in everything that you do, especially in media, it must be for the good of everybody. Yung social media is becoming I think yung nagtitrigger para magkaroon ng mga hindi kaaya-ayang actions ang mga tao. So I think it's connected. The two are connected. Yung social media and yung reality yung sinasabi natin. These are two realities na medyo kailangan natin dagdagan pa ng masusing pananaliksik. Kung paano nagko-connect yun.
Our generation and those younger than us are the most exposed to technology. Our access to the internet as a whole started from the screens of our bulky computers to the screens that we can put in our pockets. As of the present, teenagers between 16 to 18 years old has the most access to social media, and this allows them to be susceptible to influence in their behavior online.
Sa buhay ng teenagers, this is a new generation already. Ang tawag sa generation na to, yung me generation. No? All the apps that you have is about you connecting with other me's. It affects your life, no? Yung Facebook and other apps, it affects our lives. No? Hindi tayo nagla-log off na. We want always to be online. No? What we feel, we have to put as a status. Hindi na tayo yung parang masyadong interactive talaga, yung face-to-face. Yung interaction is already online, which is hopefully hindi naman gano'n. Sana may offline life din ang mga teenagers.
Now that we know why teenagers are so much more in danger of being influenced on social media, we jump to social media ethics. Come on, let's go! Just like real physical life, we have to know what's good and bad and know when and how to act. Social media, as a mode of interaction, also applies the same principles. And this is where social media ethics come in.
These are standards to which everyone should be guided as they engage online.
Dun yung weakness. No? Parang media is so open and we're so open, so we accept everything. No? We don't screen it anymore, we don't filter it anymore. Dahil hindi tayo tinuruan. Ang inaano lang ng protocol or ng rules is that huwag magkamali. Huwag gamitin yung internet for other things. Kung nandito ka sa school, hopefully, nag-aaral ka. Not anything else.
Ang nagiging factor dito is yung hindi pagiging aware na ang anuman na ilabas natin, ilagay natin sa it's not anymore our property. Parang nilalagay na natin, ino-open na natin sa public.
Through these guidelines, we should be able to know how to act and portray our online profile that is appropriate to the public and for ourselves. Now, for your information, our online profiles are our personas in the internet. It is our individual profiles that we use as we engage in social media and one that the online public sees. So everything we post or react to on social media is reflected in our online profiles. And since it's the internet, we can almost say that our every activity can constantly be monitored and immortalized, whether we know it or not.
Anyone can screenshot a controversial post or share a private photo.
Which is why today, we'll look at how teens are familiar with SMEs or social media etiquettes. We have compiled a list of social media etiquettes. Let's call them SMEs. We have broken down all that we compiled into 22 items, all gathered from prominent sites such as Psychology Today, OnlineDegreePrograms.com, and the Huffington Post. We conducted a survey on the Senior High School Department of the Universidad de Santa Isabel with the participating 249 students from the different tracks, namely Academic Track, Technical, Vocational, and Livelihood Track, and the Arts and Designs Track. All of them have social media accounts, most of them spending 3 to 4 hours, and Facebook being the most common. Followed by 67% of them having Twitter accounts, 56% having Instagram profiles, and the rest, Snapchat accounts, among others. You think you know what you can do in social media, but let's try it out. I'm going to get help from my team and let you know the standard SMEs according to the 3 sites I gave you today. Get ready to check yourself.
Hi, I'm Liza. Now that we've moved to social media etiquettes, here's number 1 for you. You are what you post or tweet. If you want to publish something on some social networking sites, you have to be picky.
63% of the participants in our survey reasoned that they can post whenever and whatever they want because of their freedom of expression, or that they'll just delete it if they encounter negative feedback.
What they have read can't be erased in their memory. Not everything you post is appropriate to some. So, as much as possible, post whenever you think it is appropriate. Here's number 2. Speak kindly or not at all. The best way to avoid that is to either speak up kindly or don't bother saying anything that may hurt the other. Number 3. Exercise the golden rule. It goes something like this. Don't do to others what you don't want others to do unto you. Avoid chain status updates. You can read them and agree, but it's best not to share it further.
I'll give you the next 4. And don't worry, after me, there's only 2 more left. Send private messages for private conversations. If you want to ask someone something, don't put it on a comment section or post the question on his or her timeline. Message them privately. This is to show respect, especially when it's meant to be personal. Be careful who you tag. I'm sure you've seen this a lot. A friend uploading silly videos or photos of other people. But what's a bit wrong here is the part where some people don't prefer their inappropriate stolen pictures be uploaded or tagged to them on any social networking site, much like in Facebook or Instagram. Be respectful of the relationship status. They might not like the idea of putting your status on social media, so better be careful. Don't be a stalker. By stalker, we mean don't get caught up in a whirlwind of unverified stories. We mean don't share wrong information from questionable sites across social media. Sharing things like this spread, and it's going to be hard to find the truth in social media.
Here are the last 2 SMEs that are equally important. Don't ask to be retweeted, shared, or liked. Ever encounter an online friend when they would ask you to like his or her profile photo or share a post that he or she made? Well, of course you did. Fortunately, 86% of the participants responded that they wait for others to like and share their posts instead of forcing it on others. It would be a bit annoying, not to mention a bit narcissistic, if you go around messaging other people to like their status or media posts. This SME tells you that that's not a wise thing to do. Lastly, don't use social networking sites to point fingers. As much as social networking sites are used for people to interact online, we don't recommend you using it to humiliate others, pick fights, or post something aggressive directly towards a certain person.
There is a reason why onlinedegreeprograms.com, Psychology Today, and the Huffington Post deemed it important for us social media users to be aware of the social media etiquettes. This is for us to give ourselves equal respect to others and ourselves as we communicate and engage through social media. Let's see what our experts have to say about the importance of social media etiquettes.
I think we have to be critical doon sa bagay, sa puntong yun. Although sasabihin ng iba na, expression lang ng sarili. Diba? Freedom of expression. Oo naman, pero may limitasyon naman yan. Hindi na yan freedom. Hindi. Meron pa din yan na magiging responsable pa din. Papasok pa din yan doon. Doon sa ethics ng media na dapat kahit meron tayong karapatang magsalita, bigay ng impormasyon, no? Meron tayong freedom noon, pero ang freedom ay may kaakibat na responsibility.
Probably by now, you've reflected on how you do things in social media in comparison to the SMEs my team gave you. At this point, you've learned not just about social media in definition, but the bigger picture in knowing that there are advantages and disadvantages of these social networking sites, and the idea that real-life ethics also exists in cyberspace. There are dangers as there are benefits when engaging in the online community. The key is to know